Hey YouTube, I'm back once again with some more pickups and some unboxings. It's been a bit of a busy old week, a little bit disappointing, but still quite eventful. And I'm just looking at what I've got here, and it dawns on me something's missing. And right at this second, I don't know where it is. It's a Blu-ray that I got off eBay last week. And I'm just wondering where on earth I've put it. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. As and when I discover where I've left it, I'll either add it to this video or do it in the next pickups, I guess. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. But yeah, I've got a pile of DVDs and Blu-rays that I've bought this week out and about. I've got 3 parcels. I did have 4, but one came on Monday, and there's no way I was going to wait to open that one. So we'll look at that first anyway. These 3 parcels that are here, I'm going to do at the end, and depending how time goes, I might even do them in a separate or a part 2 video. Because I don't think try that again. I don't want the video going on for too long, which is always a concern. I always waffle on, which I'm doing now, and we end up going for ages. So released on Monday, and it arrived on Monday, even though Amazon stated that it wasn't going to arrive until yesterday, Saturday. We've got the new release, or the new release from 88 Films of Armour of God 2 Operation Condor, as I've always known it as Operation Condor Armour of God 2. So we go. It comes with a slipcover, obviously Jackie Chan movie. I'm not sure how I feel about that cover. It just seems a little bit busy, but it is what it is. Obviously same cover inside. I think, yeah, there is, I remember there is a it's exactly the same as that, a reversible cover, but the title's not in English. I'm assuming it's Chinese, although it doesn't look Chinese. I'm not sure, but it's not English. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, she's got the condor symbol on the top there. So yeah, this came on Monday. I couldn't hang on this long and not open it. I was so excited. So you got the disc, and it's quite a sizable booklet for 88 Films. They don't normally, well, they never used to at least, put this much effort into the booklet. So yeah, that's the old VHS cover that I remember. I'm not sure if my other Blu-ray, I'll have to grab it if I can find it. It's got that cover. I think it might have. Yeah, there's a lot of I haven't read through this yet, but there's a lot of stuff on there, which is great. I'm glad to see that they're putting more effort into some of the releases. Now, it looks like there's a whole bunch of special features on there, but probably not as many as it looks. Most of it's going on about the different audio and the aspect ratios and the subtitles and whatnot. So the actual special features is probably not as impressive as it looks. See if I can just find that on the disc. That took some getting. Right up on the top shelf. Yep, so I was totally wrong. It doesn't have that original VHS cover. But this is, I think, by the looks of it, as bare bones as they come. Little or no but I think there's no special features on this one. I've had this a few years. I got this on pre-order 5 years ago, I think, or maybe even 6 years ago. So I've had that one quite a while. So yeah, I'm interested actually to check out the difference in quality on these. I'm assuming this is a new transfer, but yeah, happy about that. Hopefully, whether it'll happen or not, because I would have thought that they'd done it first, but I was going to say hopefully they'll put out Armour of God, but maybe they can't get the rights to that one, which is why they put this one out first. But great release, chuffed about that. Then on Monday, the shops started to open, so I thought, right, I'm going to, straight after work, I'm going to go into town and I'm going to peruse all the charity shops and see what I can find. And there was no charity shops open. CEX was open, and I had a bunch of stuff to trade in, but I didn't take it that day. I just had a wander in just to get the lay of the land and see what was going on. And I had a few bits and bobs, but nothing that I had to have immediately. So on Monday, I didn't buy anything. On Wednesday, I went to Darlington after work because I work just on the outskirts of Darlington. So I thought I'll have a look round that town centre. Once again, not a single charity shop was open. A shop that I visit from time to time, or an indoor market store, should I say, Renew. And even though they have an entrance onto the high street as well as in the indoor market, they did have signs on the door that says a maximum of 2 people in the store at a time. So they were definitely getting ready to open, but on Wednesday they weren't open. Whether they'd been open previously on Monday or Tuesday, I don't know. So I found nothing in there. HMV came up trumps in a way. I got there, I didn't realise HMV closing at 4 o'clock. At least this last week they did. In fact, the woman I spoke to said for the next few weeks they're going to be closing at 4 o'clock, so I only had about 20 minutes in HMV. But I found Gone with the Wind. I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon. It was only $7.99. This is a film that I probably wouldn't have gone out searching for, and definitely wouldn't have bought on a whim, unless I'd come across it, in a charity shop or a car boot sale or something like that cheap. But these last week were, or not this last week, but the week before, these were selling ridiculous money on eBay. They have calmed down a little, although at $7.99 there's still a profit to be made. So yeah, I grabbed that, and it's up on eBay, so we'll see how that goes. That was the only copy that they had, and I never thought to look for the DVDs at the time, because like I say, last second the woman came around saying that we're closing at 4 o'clock, and this was like 2 minutes to 4, so I paid for that and left. Then on Friday, no, not on Friday, there's some more here from Wednesday. A shop that I don't go in that often because, to be honest, there isn't really that much in there very often. But on the front outside, they had a trestle table up with a bunch of plastic tubs full of DVDs, a sign that said 5 for £1, but the 5 had been crossed out and replaced with a 10. So these were all 10 for £1. So there was one that I picked up immediately. I thought, I'm going to get that for 10p. I do want the Blu-ray at some point, but for 10p I'll get the DVD. At least I can watch it because it's a film I've not seen. So I grabbed Legend on DVD. These are all DVDs. Collateral Damage, one that I wasn't sure whether I owned or not, but I thought because it's in a snapper case, if I do have it, then at least I've got another spare snapper case. As it turns out, I do own that one. I got another snapper case edition of Friends. This been series 5, episodes 17 to 23, which I didn't have. I think this is the last snapper case from this bunch. The Powerpuff Girls, the movie, or the Powerpuff Girls movie. It was 10p. What the heck, why not? It's another snapper case. Something that up until quite recently I probably would have never even considered buying this. But I've seen some clips on YouTube, and it looks quite funny. For a long time I was never a big fan of Ricky Gervais. And that stems way back to the 90s in the, it might have been even the early 2000s, I think it was the 90s, in the 11 o'clock show. This is the Ricky Gervais show, which I'm assuming it's all animated. From what I can gather, it's recordings of podcasts that are then animated, and you've got Ricky Gervais, Carl Pilkington, and the big tall guy whose name escapes me at this moment in time. But yeah, for a long time, I just couldn't stand this guy. I really couldn't. Tried to watch The Office a few times and just couldn't get away with it. And every time I saw him in a movie, it used to do my head in. It really did. And then there's two things I saw. There was a TV show and a movie, and my memory is killing me right now because I can't remember the name of either of them. The TV show I've got on Blu-ray, and the movie was about this guy and Ricky Gervais and Eric Bana were photojournalists. I think they were holed up in. They were supposed to be on assignment in South America, I think, in a war zone, and they decided not to go and just pretended that we're there while in a hotel in I think in London. And I really enjoyed it. It was really funny. I think it was on Netflix, but I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I enjoyed that. And after that, and the TV show that I watched, I've kind of come round to a lot of the stuff that he does. Not all of it. I still haven't tried to rewatch The Office, and he does. He's been doing some. Sort of off the cuff, live recorded, unscripted, I guess, YouTube videos more recently over the last few weeks, and most of the stuff that's been in that isn't really that funny. But from what I've seen in this, it looks really funny. But again, for 10p, and to be honest, I was struggling to find a full 10. But like I said, 10p, I grabbed that. This is what I've actually been looking for a while for on DVD. I don't think, I'm pretty sure when I say there's no UK Blu-ray for this. Harold and Kumar Get the Munchies. Now, 3-4 years ago, must be at least 4 years ago, I spotted a Region A Blu-ray of this on the market, close to where I used to work. And the guy was only asking £3 for it, but it was a Region A. And I didn't have a Region A player at that point. And I thought, there's no point, I'll just get the UK release. Ha ha ha! Little did I know, at that point there was no UK release. So I never got that Blu-ray, unfortunately. I've never come across it again, other than online for I don't know if I'd say a ridiculous price, but certainly not a price that I haven't looked. So maybe it's worth going on eBay and seeing how much they are. But yeah, I do really like the whole series. Actually, the second one's okay, but this one is brilliant. A film I've never heard of, but some of the cast looks okay. I'm assuming it's a British movie, The Abduction Club. A TV show that I've seen odd episodes of, but never seen the whole thing. And the case on this, it looks destroyed, but the artwork looks not perfect, but not too badly damaged. I can just find a new case. This is Friday Night Dinner. It's just got one of the kids from The Inbetweeners in. But like I say, I've seen odd episodes, or maybe not even full episodes of this on TV, and it seemed quite funny. A film that I do own on Blu-ray, but this was the last one I picked just to make the 10. But I've got something I'm going to do with this on an upcoming video. That's I didn't buy this specifically. I'm sorry, I didn't wait to do that video specifically till I got this. It's just I've been putting it off for a while, and a video that I should have done weeks and weeks ago, and it turns out that somebody else has kind of beaten me to the punch on it now. But anyway, this is The World's End, the third of the so-called Cornetto trilogy. It's all right. It's not bad. I've only seen it once, and I didn't hate it. I thought the ending was a bit... I wasn't sure, but for the most part, I enjoyed it. So it's one I need to rewatch. And then finally, although by no means least, last but by no means least, Splash. Again, this is a movie I've not seen for a very, very long time. But I saw there's a series on YouTube at the moment called, is it Together Apart or Together Again Apart? Something like that. And it's basically old movies, the cast from old movies coming back together on Zoom, recorded Zoom conversations, hosted by another actor who, to be honest, I'm really not that familiar with, other than I know that he plays a voice in the Frozen movies. But they did this one, they did Back to the Future, the cast from Back to the Future, the cast from Ghostbusters most recently. The Lord of the Rings one, which I didn't watch because I was not really interested in that, and the Goonies. And they were advertising quite recently the next one coming up is going to be Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So hopefully that'll be up pretty soon, because I wouldn't mind seeing how the cast of that look today. But yeah, Splash. I'm going to give that a watch. I need to check whether that's on Blu-ray. I'm sure it is, because it was a very popular movie. And I had a quick look at the Blu-rays while I was in there, and I came across another film that is going to be part of yet another incomplete set. And this is Casino Royale, the limited edition release from... When did this come out? Oh, right, it's going to be so small I'm not going to be able to read it, but I think it was about 2000 I can't see on there, maybe you can read it. I think it was about 2014, 13, 14, something like that. They did a set, not a full set of James Bond movies, but they did a set of these with these limited edition art and slip covers. I do have one other, which is For Your Eyes Only. I'm not sure how many there are, but they also released them as steelbooks as well with the same artwork. But I do have a full set of the other James Bond slipcovers. Not a full set of movies because, like I say, same as these, they didn't release all. I think it was from the first 20. They didn't release all the first 20. It was everything prior to... where's my memory today? Everything prior to the Daniel Craig films. For whatever reason, they never completed that set. How many are there? I think there's either 9 or 11. But I have them all. But they never released the full set for whatever reason. They stopped doing that set and then started a new set with different artwork, which I think they have done a full set of those, or at least up until the films that had been released at that point. So yeah, I'm going to look in to see how many more of these. I probably need to do a video about that, of something like complete, incomplete. What's the best way of wording it? Complete incomplete collections. Actually, I've got a few of those now I think about it. Collections that are complete, that have been released, but because they didn't release a complete set, they're an incomplete collection. That's an idea. Anyway, I'm rambling on once again. Yeah, so we've got Casino Royale with this limited edition cover. £1.50. When I took it to the counter, he said to me, "Did you check the disc?" I said, "I didn't." and when I opened it, or when he opened it I should say, it had 21 Jump Street, and he says, oh, it looks like we've made a mistake on this one. I'm not going to be able to sell you it. And I was a little bit disappointed, and I almost said, can I just buy the box and the cover? But before I had a chance to open my mouth, he said, just hold on 2 minutes. And he disappeared upstairs. He's literally only gone for 30 seconds, and he came back down with the correct disc. So obviously he must have had the right one up there and swapped them over. And he says, tell you what, he said, you can have it for £1. So I only paid £1 for that, so I was well happy. So that is Wednesday.